Welcome to the Full Moon Film Buff, episode 186. We're going to discuss Wolfie. The Russian title is Volchok, released in 2009. I watched this on YouTube. I had not seen this before. Now, as always, we start with the prominent crew and cast. You can find links to a more complete credit list in the show notes. The film was written and directed by Vasily Sigarev. Vasily Sigarev is a Russian award-winning playwright, screenwriter, and film director known for his raw, unflinching portrayals of post-Soviet life. He studied pedagogy before pursuing theater training. Transitioning to film, Sigarev debuted as a director with Wolfie, an adaptation of his own play that won multiple festival awards. He followed with Living, a stark drama, and The Land of Oz, a surreal exploration of provincial despair. The cast includes Polina Pluchek as the daughter, Veronika Lysakova as the older daughter, Yana Troyanova as the mother, Marina Gapchenko as the grandmother, and Galina Kushanova as the sister. Now, I wish I knew more about Polina Pluchek. She was a child actress who absolutely carried this film at the age of 8. It appears she retired from acting in her teens, and I hope she has had a wonderful life. Veronika Lysakova is a Russian actress of Ukrainian origin. Her screen debut came at 12 in a children's film that I cannot pronounce, I'm sorry. Breakthrough followed with Wolfie. Lysakova transitioned to TV. Yana Troyanova's breakthrough came in 2009 with the lead in Vasily Sigarev's Volchok. This marked the start of her frequent collaboration with him, and he became her husband in 2003. Troyanova's filmography blends indie grit with occasional mainstream roles. Marina Gapchenko is a Russian actress with a handful of credits for supporting roles in contemporary indie dramas and genre films, often portraying grounded, resilient women in emotionally charged narratives. And this is Galina Kushanova's only credit. I am going to recommend that you skip this one unless you're in a masochistic mood for Eastern European art house gut punches. This is not a werewolf film. It's a soul-crushing family tragedy with wolf metaphors that hits like a sledgehammer. This is brilliant, but it is brutal. It was an absolute darling of the Eastern European Film Festival circuit. Apparently, the Russian title Volchok literally means little wolf or spinning top, tying into the toy that's the emotional core metaphor. It's a cult pick for film students, so expect me to get a little highbrow here, but it's pretty much vanished in the United States. So let's cover the synopsis. A nameless young woman gives birth in the Russian tundra before being hauled off to prison. 6 years later, and freshly out of prison, she shows up to meet her now 6-year-old daughter, who's living with her grandmother. She hands the girl a cheap plastic spinning top as a gift. Later we learn that the top was found in a garbage bag dropped in a cemetery. What a wonderful metaphor for this little girl's life. There is a quick string of bad uncles/Johns before mom abandons her to run off with some unnamed man. Next time mom comes back, she brings the little girl a hedgehog, which the little girl promptly kills. She then runs away from home and gets sick. Cops find her and send her home. Mom tells her she had fur all over her face when she was born. I don't know why, I don't understand this, but I do know that this little girl is not okay. She dreams of the green forest and puppies or wolf cubs tied up in a bag and left out to die. She goes to the cemetery to eat candy and treats people left for their loved ones. Her only friend is a boy who is buried there who drowned when he was the same age as her. Grandma dies and mom gets sick, the kind of sick you get from drinking an ungodly amount of vodka. The mom makes the girl clean up her piss. Mom ends up in the hospital, or maybe detox. I was a little unsure on that point. The little girl then lives with her aunt until mom is better. I hope it wasn't detox because she is back to drinking just as soon as she's home. Mom has escalated to actually throwing things at the little girl and hitting her. Mom sells the house and the pair leave to go south to start a, quote, new life. Except the mom abandons the little girl at the train station. She lives in an orphanage until the authorities can find her aunt. The only thing she has to remember her mother by is that stupid little top. Now, mom shows up about a decade later when the girl has finally grown into a teen. Mom spins tales of Chechen captivity or looking for a husband. She offers to teach her teen daughter how to be sexy, how to lure men. Yeah, because that's worked out so well for her. Ultimately, mom runs off again, and when the teen chases her, she's hit by a car. Worst mom ever, doesn't even return to check on her own daughter. The last shot is the toy top spinning out of control and falling off a table. There are no literal transformations here. The transformation is all metaphorical. The innocent girl hardening into a feral little wolf under trauma, mirroring her mother's animalistic selfishness. So let's get into this. The Russian title Volchok is usually rendered in English as wolfy, and the film does contain a fleeting, half-articulated wolf metaphor, including the grandmother's folk tales, the little girl's feral snarls, and the odd story about the girl's furry face at birth. Yet the true monster in this film is not lupine. It is centrifugal. It is the cheap plastic spinning top that the mother, in a rare moment of something approaching tenderness, fished out of a rubbish bag and gives her 6-year-old daughter. That toy is the film's central image. It's poisoned Madeline. It's ontological anchor. Everything else, drunken men, provincial slums, the snow that never quite manages to cover the filth, orbits this small, whirring object. The top does not merely spin. It insists upon spinning. It cannot stop unless something external crushes it. Nothing in the diegesis ever does. In its mechanical perpetuity, it becomes the perfect figure for the post-Soviet familial catastrophe. A motion that appears vital, but is actually the rigid choreography of doom. Sigarev belongs to that grim cohort of early 2000s Russian directors who inherited the neo-realistic camera but stripped it of any lingering humanist warmth. Volchok is neo-realism soaked in vodka with battery acid. There is no salvation arc. There is no sentimental epiphany. There is only the cycle. Abandonment, return, betrayal, abandonment again. Each iteration shaving another layer off of the child's soul. The mother, never named, because names would imply an identity, is a tornado in human form. She arrives like a natural disaster, promising a new life the way a hurricane promises fresh air. She makes love to strangers while her daughter pretends to sleep inches away. She deposits her at railway platforms with the same casual brutality as one might leave an umbrella on a bus. And each time she vanishes, the child is left clutching that spinning top, humming its pathetic buzz against the linoleum, trying to keep something, anything in motion while she waits, because it's all she can do. The toy then is the film's cruelest joke. It's a gift that commemorates neglect, an object that was literally trash before it was repurposed as a love token. Love in late and post-Soviet spaces, Sigarev suggests, has been reduced to detritus, decorated with bright colors. The top spins, the child watches, and the camera lingers long enough for understand that this is not play. She's not playing with the top. This is exorcism, or perhaps rehearsal, for the only role the girl will ever be allowed, the one who waits. By the film's final moment, 7 years have passed. The daughter is now 13, feral and earnest, smoking a cigarette with the same hand gestures as her mother. She's internalized the whirlwind. The mother, now half destroyed or more by her life choices, watches it spin with the dull recognition of a mirror. Nothing has changed. Everything is going to be repeated. The toy whirs, the camera holds, and we understand that the curse was maternity without responsibility, affection without continuance, the promise of forward motion in a world whose only law is the circular ruin of a drain. In the end, Volchok offers no catharsis, only the faint mechanical hum of a plastic top losing momentum on a cracked floor. It's one of the most devastating indictments of post-Soviet motherhood. No, of anything ever committed to celluloid. Not because the mother is evil, but because she is just ordinarily selfish. The top finally falters in the credits, because in the universe Sigarev has built, only death allows rest. So, if you like lycanthropes, like, share, and subscribe. Contribute your thoughts and additional observations in the comments below. Let me know what I missed or what you noticed. Next, I plan to discuss House of the Wolfman from 2009. Keep your eye on the moon, a silver bolt in the chamber, and we'll see you back next episode.